Hey everybody, it's been a little bit over a year since the last time I had a video on Bank of Trading Value. A little bit under the weather, but it's okay. So essentially, this YouTube channel is not about trading, like day trading or anything about investing necessarily. It's about what do you trade with your value type of thing. So whatever your skills, whether that's the gift, the gab, and you can speak well, whether you are a computer programmer that can leverage that, whether it is that you are good at getting people together and organizing them. That is technically what this is. We will have a few videos about day trading, but those will be separate videos. I'm coming back with this. Took some time away. I need to focus on a little bit of different things. I will go through what happened over the last year plus. Many of the people that have been some of my partners over this past few years, they know, you guys know that are subscribed here, that I deal with directly. In the future, I'll talk about that. But for now, let's talk about some things that we can build in 2026 and going forward. Because there are a lot of things that people are not considering when talking about going forward or anything like that. I've named every year I name something a different theme, but this one I've named 2026 the year of winter. And for the people that don't know what winter is, because we have a couple of subscribers, yes, I know it's only about under 50 right now, but we have some subscribers that are not in climates that go through winter, believe it or not. So you may not understand what that is with winter. So what I mean by winter is, yes, it can represent death and struggle and all of those things, but it can represent toughness, solitude, in a way that you reconnect with yourself, you do self-reflection and things like that. So I'm focusing on that part. There are many people that have been through winters already, and technically what you do is, if you need a summer body, you prepare for that summer body starting in the winter. If somebody wants to win a track and field race at the end of the season, right? You start in the off season, the preseason, and that preseason, depending on if you are professional or in high school or college, those may begin at different points. But if we begin it at some areas, you're beginning at the end of fall, or you're really beginning in the start of winter. So during this winter, this year, 2026, I would extend that all the way to 2028, 6, 7, and 8, 3 years. You must put your head down. Reflect on things that are happening. Then begin to take action on the steps to then improve. If you want to lose, let's say we're using a summer body thing, you want to lose 30 pounds, 60 pounds or something like that. It may take multiple years. That's why we are talking about a 3-year winter, but 2026 is the year of winter. You need to then begin, okay, what did you do? Self-reflection. Okay, I wasn't sleeping well, I didn't work out, and primarily because based on the research or what I'm doing, I'm not eating well, I'm eating out. Okay, then you start to do research on some of those things. Then you start to discover, wow, nutrition is like 80-90%, because there are people in wheelchairs that are fit, there are people that are paraplegic that are fit as far as they're slim and slender, there are people that don't work out but they eat a certain way that are fit, and then you got a few exceptions where they eat basically anything, which are very, very rare, but they get exploded to just atrocious levels. But then you start to look and say, okay, the data tells me most of what I'm doing is actually related to my eating and the time of day that I'm eating, and a little to a lesser extent that I am doing that. But if you want a summer body, yeah, you're going to have to get into a fitness routine as well. So starting with your eating, now you say, okay, I'm eating green leafy vegetables, collard greens, mustard greens, kale, lettuce, not iceberg. Then there are some fruits that I may throw in a little bit here and there, blueberries, strawberries, boom. Then we got some of the starches. And if you're trying to lose the weight, you don't want to have as many starches, but starches do help you get strong, and that's where you're going to get chiseled from. So you either will pick some potatoes, corn, things like that, so on and so forth. We can go down the line. This is what we're looking at for the year of winter. I have looked at different markets. For example, there's a certain industry somewhere, I'm not going to say it here because that's something that I'm looking to be involved myself right now. And quite frankly, we need to put together a network. This channel, I hope to put out as a network for us to put together. whether it's those investors and those people that are entrepreneurs, the people that are serious about making change in their environment, wherever you're from, US, Canada, Mexico, Nigeria, China, wherever you are, if you're looking to improve and build that area, this is where we are coming together. I like to focus on specific group of people. I will say it right there, foundational Black Americans, but anybody else is also welcome to come in, because this channel is obviously open to anybody. So with that being said, there's an industry, toilet paper, for instance. Upon my research, I realized that I discovered, I didn't even know this. I never thought about it because I just use it and everybody around me uses it. And then as I started to speak to people are like, yeah, I haven't used this in years. I'm like, what? Toilet paper. Most of the planet does not use toilet paper. Like most, not half, not some, most of the planet does not use toilet paper. So I said, okay, in certain areas, toilet paper use, there are certain areas where the toilet paper is around, so then people are using it, and then they say, hey, I don't want to use that. Okay, great. But then there are other areas where toilet paper use hasn't really been exposed, and that is growing by some single and double digit numbers year after year. So I'm like, okay, cool. Where are we looking at there? So if there are people that want to invest in something like that, we got the numbers already where we're looking at. I already have what I'm going to make the toilet paper out of as well. Very sustainable. Obviously, I'll just tell you bamboo. That just makes more sense. And then you can look at the countries that have the most bamboo. And if you look at those, it's not even in the countries you're thinking of. The ones on that top 10 list, even I think top 20, it's none of the countries there that I even thought about the toilet paper for at all. It's not even there. Because I looked, I was like, wait, this one isn't even ranked. But they have a huge bamboo reserve, but they're not using it in that way. You would think China, India, or something like that. Nope, not at all. So with that being said, this is where I'm putting together the value, and I can trade my skills and resources. What am I good at? Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm able to get people together, large groups of people together that are very serious, skilled people that can get things done. Whether or not I have the skills in that specific area or not are a little bit less relevant, because just like Steve Jobs said, he can get the people together that can develop those things. Elon Musk the same way, although I have some certain views on Elon Musk about that. But with that being said, I'm able to get people together. I'm able to do many things that are in management, but my strongest suit is able to get people together. Somebody else can run it. I was told this at 18 years old. Now this is 18 years later, right? 18 years old, I was told, hey, you're not the best number one person, you're the best number 2 or 3. And at that time, I was trying to disagree with that. I didn't say it out loud. I just said, I nodded my head at the person that was to be my employer eventually. He said it when he wasn't. Eventually, I got hired by that same person. But he said that, and when I look back, I'm like, dang, that actually makes sense. I've been trying to fight against that. I may not be the best person to run something, but I'm able to get the best people to run it. When I do it myself, it may not come out at the best end result, and I'm okay with that. This is what this channel is for. Whatever your strength is, let's bring you in here. If you need to be, and you're on a desert island, and we're all on a desert island called the Earth, right? In the solar system right here. This is a desert island. The only planet that we can live on. Can't live on the space station, can't live on the moon, or anything like that. We would die. Muscles atrophy and all of that stuff. None of those things that Musk and anybody else was selling us lies is going to happen anytime soon. So with that being said, we're on a desert island. If you are the best crab getter, and that's all you can do, great. You be the best crab getter. The other one that can break the crab shells. The other one that can get the sticks and break them up so that we can start a fire. The other one that can get the people and rally them to make sure they're motivated and make sure that they're going at 100% capacity, sometimes over that, and push it further beyond, as a lot of these animes and real life tropes will push. The synergy to put those people together. That's where we are at Bank of Trading Value. So going forward, we're going to be pushing toward those, as well as another YouTube channel that I have, and I really just want to focus on those. Out of all my YouTube channels and everything that I do, I always like to focus on business related things. There are towns in the United States that I have looked at and I say, wow, this area right here on this river, by this lake, they should be a hub. Forget the rest of them. This economy right here, a $1 billion economy that they have in this town right here. Why was this a hub during World War II? Why was this a hub during the manufacturing era? But then they're not doing anything now. They could be a scientific hub right now. That 1 billion, that 500 million that they have generated there, that now could be 20, 30 billion and attracted people from all over the globe and the United States to come here, that they would send their best and their brightest regardless of what's happening anywhere else. This can happen now. And if not there, in Canada, I even looked at before that deal was made with Mark Carney, Prime Minister Carney, with China, right? Before that deal was made with President Xi Jinping. Okay, great. I'm looking at it like, okay, if China's there, and they're already hinting at this months and months ago. I'm keeping up with these things. Yep, car industry. This looks like, okay, Canada will either one or two things: develop their own car brand, and what China does is kind of like white labeling, like what people will have as a t-shirt or like a cologne or perfume brand, and then you get to put your logos and stuff on it, right? You could put your logos. Somebody might do that. They're based out of New York. You put your logos and stuff. They made it. You put your logos. You tell them, hey, I need something soft or whatever. And then you up the price. You got it for $2 a shirt. Now you up the price to 15, 20, 30, depending on what it is, right? Okay, great. China does that. And many people in Europe have started to realize, oh, wait a minute, this Volkswagen or whatever other brand, may not be them, I'm losing the one offhand. Hey, they got the same exact specs as this, for example, BYD Seal. So why would I buy this brand that's 20,000 euros more when I could just buy that one? And that's when Europe was like, yeah, y'all kind of doing this thing. It's not their fault that you guys gave them all the information. They took advantage of the opportunities that you presented them. Hey, they say, hey, here's our terms. You could have agreed or disagreed. You say, hey, I want this money more than I want my intellectual property. And on top of that, I'm going to give you the knowledge to say, yeah, you know what? At first I was telling you the specs to make. Now you're making the specs and telling me how these things are going. And I'm just like, hey, whatever. See, it is what it is. So with Canada, I already looked this and already contacted a couple of people. And if I haven't contacted you on this and you're based out of Canada or you want to do something with that, I'm looking at them like, hey, how can I get in with this to start a car company or invest in a startup car company that's over there? Because either one or two things. China's going to make it and white label it to them, and then they're going to name it their brand. There's several places in Africa and in Asia that they already do that with right now. Literally, Burkina Faso is one of them. Look at the car company they got in Burkina Faso. It's the exact same brand, and in Kenya, exact same brand as they got in China, but it's like a $2,000 difference or something more so that they can make their money off of it because it's their branding and stuff like that. Okay, great. Okay, they might do that with Canada. And or they will start one from the ground up based on technologies that they will learn from the Chinese, which is what Prime Minister Carney seemed like he was hinting at when he was giving his speech. So I said, okay. Excuse me as I wipe my nose. Like I said, I'm kind of under the weather. But with that being said, we have to look at these opportunities. This is the bank of trading value. What you put in is you get out more. This is the leverage that we have. Instead of leverage trading, we're going to leverage our skills, bring that together with the synergy, and come out on top. You could come out with a disadvantaged position and come out on top. That is what this channel was when I renamed it. That is what it is for. I have videos that are talking about trading in the past. I may or may not have those more videos in the future with trading. I may or may not. I know I said it in the beginning of this, but I think I really just want to focus on these business aspects. And we're going to get more specific to talk about these things. But this is the area. You want to take your income and say, hey, I'm making 120,000 US dollars a year. I'm making $50,000 a year. I'm making 230 Canadian dollars a year, whatever it is, and say, hey, I want to 2x, 3x, 4x, 10x that. Okay, this is the place for it. And if I focus on my strengths versus focusing on things I was desperately trying to grip onto, that mess me up. All I got to do is follow my own advice because I am great at giving advice. And if people follow the steps that I say, they work. I'm like the coach that gives you the blueprint for the success. You're going to get that Super Bowl win. You're going to get that NBA playoff title. You're going to get that gold medal at the Olympics. I'm the coach that can get you there. All I got to do really is follow my own advice. And that's where this channel is. And that's where I work the strongest at. So if you guys want to be on board with that, this is that address right here. 2026, the year of winter. Don't think about anything else. Don't think about 27, 28, 30. We're going to get to 30 when we get there. That's going to be spring. You go from winter to spring to summer to fall. And usually when we have these temperatures like that, it's a fall harvest. You start to get some buds in the spring, and you may be able to eat and nibble on some food. But we're going to get, remember, a decade is going to pass no matter what. I'm going to use this from the BNB perspective with Binance with the trading thing here. All right. I just had an interruption with a phone call from someone that could be an investor. So I actually forgot where I was in my line of thinking right there. So yeah. With that being said, 2026 is the year of winter, and I think I'll wrap it up here. What we need to do is come together and look. I'm the first person to say the less people is better, because we just want the serious people. Anybody else that's just, watching because it's entertainment or something like that, we don't want those people here. We want the people that are about their business. If you're about your business and you got the results to show it, all right, the results to show that you're about your business. Again, using that Earth as an island example. If you are going to be the best crab shell breaker, okay, that's where you stick at. You have some use. The people that can motivate and draw the best out of people, that's what you can do. We need to have a history of those people that are there. We have to get this done, because we can sit here individually doing what we can do. And you might say, wow, I'll reach, let's say, 1 million, 2 million. And you say, hey, I got $3 million for the ones that will reach that. And other ones will be a couple 100,000. They say, I'm making $3 million when you should be making 10, 30, $50 million. You're making a few 100,000 when you should be in the millions that you are making. And why is that? Either the person that you're laying in bed next to, quite frankly, because that person is the motivation or demotivation factor, and that would be who you chose anyway. I'll still put it back down to you as men. But that also comes up to play with who you're surrounding yourself with. Do you have the people and the connections? I'm great at putting the people together. So if you put something behind me and say, hey, I got this idea about this a forestry business, and I say, hey, I'm going to get behind it. Look, trust and believe. If we're looking for investors, I can get those people invested. Some of you have put money behind things that did not work because I had it, right? And in hindsight, I would do it with somebody else leading it, and I'm the person that gathers the money together. I would do it like that. But as far as this, hey, you guys have put it together. You already got the track record. Like, dang, this guy knows how to get money. He got money for me in a decent amount, and I know other people he's got money. Look, if you need people to put the investment and you got an actual business plan, and I don't mean like written on a paper business plan, I mean a plan. Most people have ideas and they call them plans. Well, let's go into that banker. Let's put down that 20% that they need. Let's go ahead and do what we have to do. Have that money of a year of your business expenses already backed up. You got $1 million down, you're trying to get 5 million, that's 20% of that. 20% of 5 million is $1 million. Put $1 million down and get that $5 million loan. Or somebody else said, hey, I see you got a business right now. I'm going to offer you $13 million. Hey, instead of accepting their $13 million because they're undercutting you, they see they can make more money off of your business. You say, hey, I'm going to the bank. Hey, somebody made a $13 million offer on my bank. That means I'm valued at this amount 3 times more. Let's say 30 million. We would say 39 million, but I'm rolling it down. They offer me 13 million. I need a $30 million loan. This is what they offer me. This is where I'm going. I need to make some improvements. I got a restaurant. Let me open up a hotel chain that's across from that restaurant. Improve the looks and aesthetics of the outside of my restaurant. I've been running this thing for the last 15 or so years, and it looks like crap on the outside, but the inside, the ambiance is crazy good. But you know what? Somebody offered some business to me, or this amount of money for me. That means it's worth way more than that. So let me take this offer letter that they gave me, take it to the bank, and go get some real money so that I can put it behind it. If you need that help, contact me immediately. If you don't have an email, because I didn't put the email that's up here, look, just put it in the comment section. Let's talk. That's all you got to say. Let's talk. And then we could and I'll give you an email or anything like that. Because here at Bank of Trading Value, my name is Nick, of course. Look, let's get this thing done. 2026, year of winter, go ahead. We put our heads down. 2026, 27, 28. Then we come up for air. And by the time we come up for air, because we put our heads down, especially 2026, anytime you think you want to buy some junk food, a burger at a certain burger restaurant, and I'm not going to mention the name, and waste money there on some candy or something like that, like I have a sweet tooth. So that's something that I'm like, hey, shoot, I could save some money on there. Let me just not get it. Boom. At any moment that you think that you need to hold back on those things or that you need to get it, hold back, put that money somewhere else. Because 10 years, again, 10 years, a decade is going to pass, whether we want it to or not. It will pass with or without us. We may not be alive at the end of that decade, but we set it up for our kids, our wives, or the mentees that we have, somebody. We set that thing up and bury the man, continue the plan. Really, it's bury the man, carry the plan. That's what we're doing right now. So here, join us at Bank of Trading Value, and we're going to do it eventually. I'm going to have a Patreon for this, for the more serious people that will put the money where their mouth is. But for now, this is the public channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out. Hit that subscribe if you think I've earned your like and subscription. Thank you. Peace.